Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we come back to my friend's woods, which we came to before, where, as I said, I'm going to make a sound recording for him because he's stuck in a wheelchair after being in an accident. If you remember, we've recce'd the site and we found an area at the top of the woods where there's a pond, and because it's February, it's spawning season basically for frogs and toads. We're going to go and set up a 24-hour rig for two reasons. One is that we want to check the dynamics of sound during the day, because in other videos I've made, I've noticed that depending on what time of day you record at, you have a different dynamic of sound. I don't quite understand what's going on there, but so I'd like to do a 24-hour recording to see how the sound dynamics changes. And the second part of why I want to record is because I want to try and capture frogs and toads during spawning, which is now February. Now, after we set up the recorder, we're also going to go for a walk and we're going to currycomb some of the bogs looking for frog spawn to see whether they've actually started yet. Let's head on up to the pond and we'll set the rig up. Let's have a look to see if there's any frog spawn in it. Nope, there's none there so far. Does that mean that the frogs haven't started spawning yet? Or does it mean that frogs don't normally spawn here anyway? That we'll have to wait and see. Frogs apparently always go back to the pond or the area of water or bog where they were laid as eggs, raised as tadpoles and changed into frogs. It's a case of a metamorphosis. So originally I did say I was going to put the rig on that tree right in the middle of the picture, but I've also been thinking that this might be better. It's really close to the pond, but there's a lot more to it, and I think it would be better security for the recording kit. So I'll set this up now and then we'll get on with our other tasks. Recorder, USB cable for power source, a pair of Clippy microphones, and to attach it to the branches, our electrical tape. We'll get one on there and then give it a bit of distance, maybe here, one on there. What's going on? Oh no! For some reason there's only one wind protector. What's happened there? Right, what I'm going to have to do is go back home and get the other one. First mistake of the day, not checking all the equipment before leaving. Right, I'm going to quickly head off home. I'll be back in about half an hour. I've gone home. I've got another windshield. Now we're pretty much coming back to the site. So it's taken about an hour actually, so it's starting to get dark. Oh, a bit hot and sweaty. Right, here we are. Back at the site. Here's the pond. The tape's ready. Tape's ready on the branches. Let's get the equipment which I've stashed. There we go. Let's continue with the setup. Here we are. That's what we went back for. There we go. There's the label. There we go. Got the recorder. Line in. Now we're going to use the power pack this time, so it's a slightly different setup, I think. Just checking to see if we need to make an adjustment in the menu. Okay, there's nothing in there to indicate that we have to select the input on the recorder unless I haven't seen something. Here's the power bank. It's fully charged on the indicators. Just test to see what my voice is like with these. So that's at minus 12 dB on these, and I'm this far away, and it's on a setting of 8. Now that's what we did last time, and I think that's what we'll do again. So I'm going to press record, select hold so it doesn't power off, put the recorder in a box. Okay, now both of these into the bag. I'll just stash that. I'll fit on there. Okay, we're all set up. Ponds there. Clippies. You can't really see them unless you really look. Time now is just gone 4:15 in the afternoon, UK time. Because it's cloudy, it is starting to get dark. I sense a bit of quiet. Almost as if the day is done. So let's meet up again tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Now we're going to head back to the drop rig via the scenic route. Now that's a path that skirts all the way along a section of bogs. And as we go along there, we're going to look in the side ditches to see if there's any frog spawn. But we're also going to look out for the other telltale sign that frogs are spawning, and that there's herons on the landscape, because they like to go in and gobble up all the frogs. So let's get all our kit and let's get going. Now in the winter there's a lot of sheep around here, and they've been fed, they've been given a bit of hay to keep them going through the hard times, and soon they'll be lambing. We're walking around to a gate which crosses the river. There's an interesting feature in this river. Always lock the gates to keep the livestock in. You can see that. That's a community hydro scheme. We're going to make a bit of progress. I'll keep my eyes peeled, and I'll see you if we find something. I've been going along the track for a bit, checking out the ditches, and it's interesting because most of the ditches are dry, as you can see here. There's a little bit of water here. Oh, here's some water. Because they're dry, I'm wondering whether that will affect spawning time, because I I'd imagine there needs to be environmental triggers to set off the spawning in the first place. And if there's not much water, you might find that the frogs won't come out of hibernation. And here we have it. Frogs have started to spawn. I've just found a pile of spawn in a ditch. So that's proof that they have started to spawn. When I was talking earlier about telltale signs, there's another sign. So when the frogs are actually in the process of spawning, they make a lot of noise. And if you actually stand still in a bog, you can actually hear them. So so as I'm going along now, I'll stop and I'll stand and try to listen. But I thought if I had a shotgun mic, I could actually aim it out over a bog to pick up the spawning sounds in a set of headphones. So I might actually try that in the week ahead. Let's see what happens. Okay, we've got back to the site at my friend's pond right here. There's like fresh badger digging here. So that may have happened last night, and there may even be something about it on the recording. I'll check in the pond to see if there's anything there, any spawn. And there's not. So we'll walk around to where the Clippies and the recorder are. I suppose what I'm thinking is it still recording? Because they're now 23 hours after we left it. Is it still recording? And what's the quality of the recording if it has? Well, let's get that off. There's the recorder. Is it still going? No, it's not. It's stopped recording. Is that because it's run out of power? Let's check the power source. Power source is full. I'll see if I can turn it on. Yeah, it's turned on. It has a WAV file. If I press record, the SD card's run out, then it shouldn't record. But it is recording. It is recording. It's got this down as the 6th recording, which means yesterday, so which I've noticed before, when you record on the Zoom H1n, it actually splits one long recording up into multiple recordings. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it. But it is recording right now. I wonder if there's a time limit. Well, these things we don't know, so what I'll do, I'll dismantle everything, check it all out later. Okay, that's done. Got all the equipment. Let's head back to the house to see what we've got and try and figure out why the recorder was not still recording, even though there was plenty of power and there's room on the SD card. If there's anything interesting on the recording, I'll put it on at the end of this video. So thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.